Hello, my brothers and sisters of the internet. My name is XX Twistednips XX, and welcome to not a vlog, a Q&A video. Somebody told me last night that they would like me to do a Q&A, so I figured, why the fuck not? I suppose I could do that much. Shouldn't really hurt that much. Q&A, you know, it's fucking weird. This is my Q&A, questions and answers. The thing is that I don't really have any questions to answer, so I'm going to have to go off the top of my head and assume that you guys are wondering certain questions, because I'm going to just guess off the top of my head what questions you want answered, okay? Because you don't really tell me what questions you want answered in the comments or anything, so I'm just gonna have to just assume that what I think you want answered as a question, then I'll answer it. So I guess start out first is you're probably wondering exactly how old am I and shit like that. Well, to be honest with you, my age is actually, I'm only 18. I'm not that old. I actually graduated high school like not that long ago, like only last year pretty much. No, not even this year, really. This year, back in summer of 2015, which was technically the same time I started doing YouTube, really. It's around that time. I was like, only like, so it's like March now, so February, January, December, November, October, September. I started YouTube on the 4th of September. August, June, July the 22nd is when I got out of school and graduated, so I've only been doing this for about I've only been doing it for about 10 months now, so yeah. I probably counted that wrong because I'm terrible with math, but yeah, so if you're wondering, that's how long I've been YouTubing for. But that doesn't really have anything to do with my age. I'm 18, and I'm pretty much working on getting my driver's license. I do have a permit, so I can drive cars. But yeah, if you're wondering how old I am, I'm 18, so that's pretty much all for that question. I can't say anything else really about some of you might be asking, what do I do and what do I do in my spare time and stuff like that. Well, I am a musician. I do compose music of my own. I'm an artist. I like to play guitar and stuff. If you guys haven't seen any of my guitar videos, I did a bunch of them. I'd make songs for people. I actually did a song for a lot of people, actually. It's a song for a lot of people. I did some really cool stuff. I've played guitar a lot. I've been playing for about probably 7 years now. So I started back in 2012? Yeah, 2012, I think. 2012, 2013, 2014. So I've been at it for about 5 years now, and the way I got good at guitar, to be honest with you, and the way that I recommend to become the best at playing guitar, or to play as good as I can, is like every day I would come home from school and I'd just fucking come up in my room, sit down, and turn on the laptop and just watch some YouTube and just play guitar, and just that's all I would really do. Really, most of my life consisted of playing guitar every day when I came home from school, because I never really did play the Xbox on the weekdays. I really did, because I just really don't play Xbox on the weekdays. So yeah, if you're wondering what I do in my spare time when I'm not doing YouTube or stuff like that, I'm usually playing guitar, making music. This is really fucking awkward. But yeah, that's what I do in my spare time. I've actually invested a lot of money into my guitar and stuff. It's some stuff I got there now and pretty fine with. got a Marshall amplifier and a couple pedals down there, and a wah-wah pedal. I got 4 electric guitars. There's one up there on the wall. That was my first electric guitar I got. It's like 10 years old now, probably. I don't fucking know. It's an old ass guitar. And I got 3 more over here on the side of me, over where by my computer on the wall. They're just in their cases there. We got an Ibanez. I got a Fender Stratocaster, and I got a Dean V, a Dean Flying V or Dean V, whatever you want to call it. If you want to know what kind of genre of music I'm into metal. If you couldn't tell, if you haven't watched my guitar videos, I'm into metal music. I like to play fast stuff. I don't really like slow music. I find slow music very depressing, and makes me want to hang myself out of a ceiling fan. I'm joking. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of slow music. I don't really like it. What else? It's pretty much it for that, I guess. Not much else I can really talk about that. I'm not gonna go into my settings and stuff on my guitar amplifier because that would just take way too long, and I'd rather not do that. Over another question that you guys probably want to know. So, question. How long have it? Yeah, you probably been asking how long have I been PC gaming for? Well, probably been PC gaming since, when did I get that game? When did I first get Spore? Spore for the computer. Back in I was in grade 6 or something when I got Spore for the computer. So. So that'd be about 6 years ago. I've been playing it for about 6 years, but I've mostly been a console gamer for the most of that 6 years, because I've been playing more consoles at the time, because I didn't have a computer like I got now. I only had a little laptop that could run games like Spore and Halo 2. So yeah, but I have been playing the PC for a while, just not as much as I have lately. Yeah. So I've been PC gaming for 6 years. It's basically the bottom point and bottom line. I've been on YouTube since it actually came out, really, since it actually was released. I've been on YouTube for a while, but I actually haven't created a YouTube account until pretty much over last year on the 4th of September. Then I actually legitimately created a YouTube account. I never really had a YouTube account until I started to do the videos and recording stuff. That's pretty much what I for that. This is all I can really say for that one. I wonder what another question you guys could be wondering. Let me think. What else could you want to know? That's another question. Well, yeah, you could be saying, what's my favorite game? Well, my favorite game is I got a lot of games I like, actually, but this is a really good question, because it's either between Halo 3 or Lost Planet 2. Halo 3 was the first game that actually got into the Xbox, and that's why I kind of treasure that game, because it got me into the Xbox and the whole Xbox scene. But Lost Planet 2 was just an awesome game as well, and I played the shit out of that game. I don't know. It's a tough question. I'm gonna say Halo 3, because it's what really got me into gaming a lot. Ever since I've played Halo 3, and one of my family members, one of my aunts, her son had an Xbox, and he had Halo 3 on it, and I was down there and I was bored, and she turned it on for me, and Halo 3 was, and I started playing Halo 3, and I was like, this game is awesome, and that's what kind of got me into the Xbox and everything. Yeah. That's what got me into the Xbox, though. Halo 3. So yeah, that's gonna be that's my favorite game, because it's what really got me into gaming. This is so fucking weird doing this, man. I don't even know. It's another fucking question you'd probably be wondering. What do I use as a microphone? Well, that's an easy one to answer. I'm looking right at it. My webcam has a built-in microphone on it. And if you're wondering what kind of webcam I have, it's a Microsoft HD 3000. It's a complete piece of shit, but it gets the job done. I've been thinking about saving up money and going out and buying a Blue Yeti Snowball or something like that. A little microphone that you can just put up on your desk somewhere. Or a microphone that can hang off the top of my monitor. But for now, I'm just using my webcam mic. It gets the job done. It's pretty good. Don't mind it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much how it covers that one. You're also, I suppose the question you guys probably wondering too is, what was the first console I ever played? Well, to be honest with you, the first console I ever played was the SNES, the Super Nintendo system, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the SNES, whatever. Call it the SNES. I'm gonna call it the SNES because that's what everybody calls it. My mother had one, and when I was a kid, we used to go downstairs and play together. Played Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong's Adventures or something. The one where Donkey Kong was a baby and you had to play as Diddy Kong. That one. That was a really good game. I like that game. But yeah, one of those guys who started actually playing games on an actual Nintendo. A lot of people started off playing games on Nintendo, and I wouldn't blame them because Nintendo was the king back in the day. I'm actually amazed at how Nintendo still stays alive too, with like the Xbox and the PlayStation, completely just destroying them. But yeah, this is what I started gaming on. Was originally an Super Nintendo. What else? It was Super Nintendo. Then one Easter, I don't know how old I was. Probably was like 3 or 4 or something. I don't fucking know. One Easter I got a PlayStation 2, and that was like the best thing ever. The PlayStation 2 was I got so many games for that, and I still got all kinds of games for that downstairs. I used to spend my days playing ATV Afro Fury on the PlayStation 2 and SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. If you ever heard of that game. That's a game made by THQ, which is honestly, in my opinion, one of my favorite game companies, or my favorite developers or publishing teams of video games. THQ. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I started with the SNES, and then I moved to a PlayStation 2, and then, like I said, I picked up the Xbox controller over at my aunt's house and got into the Xbox, and I never really switched back to PlayStation since, because I've only been staying with Xbox. Is the fact that Halo's the only platform that Xbox is the only platform that Halo can be played on. So yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be a thing anymore, because Microsoft's been thinking that it's a good idea to take Xbox exclusives and bring them over to the PC and completely kill the Xbox name, which is pretty bad. In my opinion, Microsoft's a complete fuck up at this point, because they can't handle the fact that they're actually getting their asses handed to them by PlayStation. So we're just fucking all over the place. They're like, okay, we're gonna go try and put these games over in the PC to see if we can get the PC people to like us better. Unfortunately, that's not really gonna work, because mostly when it comes to a port of a console game, it's not really the same as it would be on a console. You need to have a good team to port your game over. And if you recall back when Arkham Knight came out and the horrendous job Iron Galaxy did on that, I don't think I'm going to bother getting Killer Instinct Season 3 for the computer, because... Yo! What do you want? I'll get you something here. Let's push on your one. Just gonna get back to you. Yeah, that's good. As you can see, that was my dad. I'll keep that in the video. I'm not gonna edit it out so you can see who I turn after the most. But yeah. What was I saying? about KI season 3 for the PC. That's where I last left off, and how Microsoft is just a complete fuck up at this point. The Xbox team can't handle the fact that PlayStation is whooping their ass because they lost their spot on the throne. Because we all know that back when the Xbox 360 was out, the Xbox 360 was the king, and it still is the king because it's the best fucking console ever. But yeah, Microsoft is all over the place now because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're like, okay, so we're not making that much. They're making money off the Xbox, but they're not making what they wanted to make off the Xbox One. So that's why they're freaking out about it, and they're like, oh no, we got to do something. Oh, I got a smart ass idea. Let's port console Xbox exclusives over to the PC and see if we can get the PC people to praise us and give us money. No, I'm not really gonna bother to give you any more money, Microsoft, because first of all, you're just a fucking complete waste of time, and the only good thing you have is your Microsoft Windows. That's it at the moment. I'd rather give. To be honest with you, I'd rather give my money to fucking Nvidia instead of Microsoft. And Nvidia's is a big part of the Batman Arkham Knight failure of a port, because they were going around and showing all these cool gameplay footages and everything, and then it comes out for the PC and it runs like absolute shit, and it just looks like complete ballsack and it's broken. So yeah. But that's how much I don't like Microsoft. That's how much I hate Microsoft right now. I'd rather give money to Nvidia, who completely lied about Arkham Knight's performance on PC, instead of Microsoft, because Microsoft is just complete and utter train wreck right now. Like, they don't know what the fuck they're at. So yeah, they completely got off topic, but I just gotta state my point there is that I'm probably not gonna get KI for the PC because of Iron Galaxy and what I heard. I heard this from Review Tech USA, and I know he can be right sometimes and wrong some other times, but I know for a fact that there was a problem with Arkham Knight on PC, so, and it was really bad and it was a shitty port. So yeah, like I said, so that's why I'm probably not going to get, if the reviews for KI, I don't even know if KI for PC is going to be released on Steam. Probably not. I'm going to probably have to buy it off the Microsoft Store, which is going to be another waste of fucking money unless the game is also free on PC. Hopefully it is, and I got to check the specs for it, because if it needs a fucking 980 to run it, then that's pretty bullshit, because I've been actually kind of, whenever I play the game, I've been looking at the textures and environment details very closely, and it kind of looks like it was made using a 470 or 480, because it does not look like a 980. It does have a lot of detail, but it's very hard to tell, especially when you're running your Xbox hooked up to a 4K television. It's very hard to tell because everything is so pristine, like so precise and nice. You know what I'm trying to fucking say. It's so nice looking on a 4K TV. It's very hard to tell. But enough of that aside, I don't know if I'm getting KI Season 3 for PC. And that should cover that question there. Oh, fuck. There's another question you're probably asking. How many games do I have? Yeah, you're probably wondering that. Well, I don't know. I got a lot. I got a couple Xbox One games underneath me. I got a lot of fucking Xbox 360 games over there in one of those drawers. And I also got a fuck ton of Nintendo Game Boy games and Nintendo DS games. And I also got a PSP with a couple of games for it as well. So I got some games. I got a lot of games. I've got a couple hundred games probably, plus the PlayStation 2 games downstairs and the Nintendo Wii games downstairs. I got a lot of games. But yeah, that's pretty much all it for that question. I could say so. I just got a lot of games. Here's an obscene question. If any of you are wondering how many video game controllers or Xbox controllers have I went through over the years. I've been playing Xbox for 7 years, if you don't know. Xbox controllers. Well, Xbox controllers, I went through several. I went through a lot of Xbox controllers because I play Xbox a lot, and like the controllers would get wore out and everything, and they would break and buttons would get stuck. I remember this one controller I had. I was playing Saints Row the Third, and I was evading stuff and doing the fancy moves and stuff, and I actually broke the right bumper on it because I hit it too hard. It was a fucking Afterglow controller. It's a piece of shit controller, anyways. I don't recommend you get if you're gonna go and buy a gamepad. I don't recommend you get anything that's not made by Microsoft. I just recommend you get an actual legitimate Microsoft gamepad. Don't get like a third party Mad Catz or Afterglow one, because they're gonna fucking break on you because they're not made to the specs that Microsoft makes their Xbox controllers. So just give me a little bit of advice there. Take it from the guy who like broke 700 controllers in his days of Xbox gaming. Yeah. That's it for that question. Another question you're probably wondering would be another question would be how like, damn, this was I just had a question that you probably wouldn't. See, I just had a brain fart just then. So how do you keep your computer cool? Easy. It's got fans in it, and it sucks in cold air. I don't have liquid cooling, because if I don't really like game nonstop on the computer. I just play it for a little bit and then turn it off and go do something else. I usually only just do like 2 YouTube videos a day, and then I just turn my computer off. There's nothing wrong with liquid cooling, mind you now. Liquid cooling is a great invention for a computer, but it kind of makes it more like a motorcycle or a car in a way, because then you gotta, when your radiator starts to run out of fluid, then you gotta change your radiator fluid, and it can be a bit messy because it is liquid and all that stuff. But I would like to have it, but again, it's expensive to get liquid cooling for your rig, so I can put liquid cooling in my rig if I wanted to. I got enough room up there, but I'm not going to bother. I'm fine with the way it is. It's nice and cool because it's got decent fans in there. It's got good fans. I never really checked the brand name on them because I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was just paying attention to more of where the GPU is in it and how to remove it and stuff, and looking at the fan brand names on it. They're probably like a Corsair or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that they're really good fans. They're really quiet as well. They're not very well. They're not very well. They're not very loud. My rig runs at about 23 decibels, so it's not the loudest thing ever. Now I don't know what it's gonna sound like now with it right next to my monitor on my desk, but yeah. That's pretty much what I like for that question. Maybe a question you're asking right now is, how much does PC gaming cost? Well, to be honest with you, it's a lot cheaper to build your PC from scratch. It costs a lot less. I know this because I was going to do it at one point, but I decided to go and buy what I got now. And I can tell you, building your computer from scratch is a lot cheaper than buying one pre-built for you. This computer I got now cost me about $1,500, and it's the high end one. It's not the base model. It's the high end model. The only problem with it is I think that they've fucked up and confused. I guess the guy who put the graphics card in and got it mixed up. Got a GTX 960 mixed up with a 980. I'm supposed to have a 980 in there right now, but apparently they put a 960 in there. I don't know why. They must have fucked up over there at the factory in Seuss, but yeah. Like I said in the description of my last video, I got an Intel i7 6700K processor, DDR4 16 gigabytes of RAM, an NVIDIA GTX 960 2 gigabyte. I'm supposed to actually have a 980 in here, but like I said, they probably fucked up down there at the factory and put a 960 in there accidentally because they couldn't tell the difference. I got a hybrid HDD 2 terabyte plus a 164 gigabyte SDD, which is what I'm using to store my stuff on now. I'm trying to figure out how to get my stuff to go to my hard drive, because it's fucking up my computer completely, having everything stored on my SSD, because it's starting to get really slow now loading up stuff. And it's got a random DVD drive in there, even though I don't watch fucking movies on my computer. And it's got built-in Bluetooth and internet on it, so we're all good to go. It comes with Windows 10 and all that stuff, and it's HDMI. It can run dual monitors at 4K, but, well, no, not at 4K. It probably only run one at 4K. It seems that I got a 960 in there, but it can run 2 dual monitors at 1080p, so it's good enough. I don't really use dual monitor. I only use one, because the reason why I only use one is because I have a small computer desk, and I don't really understand the purpose of having 2 computer monitors, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of weird to just have 2 monitors there. And also, I don't really need 2 monitors when I got a 42-inch flat screen TV up on my wall. So if I wanted to put my computer on into that, then I would, which is what I used to use, actually. But yeah, that's what you're wondering what my computer runs on. I just told you that, so that's what it is. Cost me $1,500. It's the thing with the factory PCs, the companies that build the PCs, like Digital Storm and ASUS and all those guys. They make their rigs really pricey because the cable management in my rig was actually pretty impressive. They had everything organized in there pretty nicely. They had it all packed away right nice and neat. Now, mind you, when I opened it up, me and my mother opened it up because my mom's more of a computer nerd than I am. But when we opened it up to look at it and I tried to put the hard drive from my old computer into my new computer, which is what I'm talking about right now. And apparently an Acer hard drive wouldn't work with an ASUS, so it wouldn't go in there. So I just kept the ASUS hard drive in there. But yeah, it was pretty well. It actually had some pretty good cable management, and it was packed away right nice and neat until we took the side off it and tried to replace the hard drive with like the games I had on my old computer. But like I said, an Acer hard drive don't work with an ASUS, so the cables aren't like all over the place in there now, but they're not as neatly packed as they once were when it came out of the box, put it that way, because I got my hands on it and I don't really give a fuck. As long as it's not touching up against the side of the fans or anything, I'm fine with it. But yeah, surprisingly, this ASUS computer came with extremely well cable management. It was really packed away really nicely, and it was really impressive for ASUS. Then again, it's a gaming computer, and you know what ASUS is like with their gaming computers. So they're the Republic of Gamers, man. They're the shit, dude. They're like MSI. They're cocky about it, and it's really fucking annoying. I got no problem with MSI. It's just that MSI just gets too cocky with this stuff. My fucking rig's dirty again. That's pretty much really for that question. Another question you probably wonder. If you didn't see it, a lot of my new viewers probably don't know. I did a video of my whole setup before, where I got my new computer and I did a rundown of it and everything. Some of you probably see my mouse. Here it is right here, this little fella. It is a extreme gaming mouse. It is an MMO mouse. I like the MMO mouses because they got the buttons on the side of them. It's got up to 12 buttons on the side of them. It's got programmable DPI there. It goes up to about 4, so like you can go really, really fast. It's also got this unique little button up here, which is a burst button. Like, say if you're playing like Call of Duty or something, you hit that button and it gives you automatic 3-round burst, and it also has changeable colors in it. See, I can change the colors. It's a $60 mouse. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I bought it at the source. It's not like the greatest mouse out there, but it's alright. It gets the job done. It's really cool. It's great for if you want to go gaming. I like it because it's got the lights in the front of it there. A lot of looking at Razer mouses and they don't come with the lights in the front of them. And I like it because it looks like a fucking race. It looks like a vehicle, a car with the lights in the front of it. Keyboard, if you want a keyboard I'm using, it's a Razer Deathstalker. It's a $145 keyboard. It's expensive as fuck for a piece of plastic with buttons. Fuck, something in my eye, dude. If you're wondering, you're probably wondering as well. If you're wondering, that was amazing. I just said wondering like 6 times in just span of 10 seconds. But if you're wondering what kind of monitor I use, I'm using the LG IPS LED HD monitor. 1080p. It's not the greatest monitor out there, but it gets the job done. Down the road, I might buy an Asus ROG monitor or something like that. Something that got G-Sync enabled on it. I don't think this one got G-Sync on it. No, I don't. No, I don't have G-Sync. Most of the games I got have G-Sync on them anyway, so I don't really have to worry about that. Pretty much all it for that question. The other question, you're probably wondering, what's my favorite video game character? Well, that's a debate there, that one. It's a debate there, and there's a lot of game characters like. It's a debate between Sonic the Hedgehog and... Yeah, it's a debate between Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that. I want to say the Master Chief from Halo, but it's just I'm gonna say Sonic. I'd rather say Sonic. To be honest with you, Sonic is I like Sonic more than the Master Chief. To be honest with you, the reason why I like Sonic so much is because first of all he's cool. And actually, the thing that got me into Sonic the Hedgehog itself is actually the Archie comics, the Archie Sonic comics. There was a friend. I was hanging out with a friend. And he had one of them, and I looked at it and I was like, "Dude, this guy's a badass. He's like trapped behind bars and he's hitting on bitches." I'm like, "Dude, man, this guy's a fucking pimp." So I like started reading Sonic comic, and I was like, "Dude, this guy's fucking awesome." I was like, "I like this guy," and then. If you know about the little Sonic action figure I got back there, I got him. He's a little gem. He is. I robbed him off of a fat kid for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I traded him a bunch of fucking really good Yu-Gi-Oh cards for a Sonic action figure. And the next day he came back to me and he was like, "I want my Sonic action figure back." And I was like, "Well, you gotta give me my Yu-Gi-Oh cards back if you want that fucking action figure back." He was like, "No, man, I ain't giving him Yu-Gi-Oh cards back." So I was like. It's like, fuck you then. You're not going to get your Sonic back, you little bitch. So, I kept that Sonic. And that Sonic is a prized possession because he's very rare. I don't think you can really find him like that anymore. He's a bit flimsy though. He's not very good for posing because, like I said, the kid who used to use him, who had him before me, fucking used to take him and put him in a plastic container and shake it around like that, like a fucking retard. I was like, "Dude, you're gonna break it." And you did break it too. You like knocked a piece of one of his spines off. So I just glued that back on with crazy glue, and he's good as new. I played with him myself back when I was like a kid, but don't really touch him that much anymore. I just use him as some eye candy. He's more of a collector's thing for me now. So yeah, that's pretty much it about that. It's my favorite video game set character is Sonic, because Sonic's cool. This is another question you guys could be wondering. Oh, you're probably asking what do I do as like a hobby. It's like something other than guitar or computer. Well, to be honest with you, I like to go outside and longboard, skateboard. I'm into skateboarding and longboarding. If you don't know what that is, look it up on the internet, look it up on YouTube, you'll find some stuff. I also like the dirt bike. I like motorcycles a lot. If you can't tell, you can see on my wall behind me there's some motorcycles, some motorcycle poster. Over there where my finger is pointing behind me, right there. You see it on the wall? There's a motorcycle poster. There's a motorcycle poster back there. There's a couple dirt bikes over there on the wall, over on that side, up over by the Lost Planet poster, and there's a lot more dirt bike posters in front of me. There's one fucking right there. You see that one back there by the fan? There's a lot of dirt bike posters on my wall. I like dirt biking. I like action sports. It's fun. Yeah, pretty much all it for that one. this is one that you probably really want to know. What am I using to record video games with? What am I using to record myself with right now as I speak? Well, I am using Open Broadcaster. It is excellent. It's fucking amazing. It's the best software I ever had. Number one, it's good for your computer. It's not hard on your computer. Number two, it's fucking amazing. Number three, XSplit is fucking horrible. Do not get it. Number four, fucking Open Broadcaster is the shit, and get it. That's why. If you're wondering what I used before Open Broadcaster was XSplit Broadcaster, and XSplit Broadcaster is absolutely horrible. Do not use it. It is fucking miserable. It is depressing. It is bad broadcaster. XSplit, if you're watching this, go shove a cock up your ass, because you make terrible fucking broadcasters, you fucking idiots. But yeah, like I said, XSplit Broadcaster was way too hard on my computer. Every time it would come out with a new update, it was just fucking use up more RAM on my computer, so I just got rid of it just like that. As soon as my friend Darksmiter introduced me to Open Broadcaster, then I looked it up and I found it and I started using it. And it took me a while to get my head around it. It took me a while to get my videos the way they are now, without them being choppy and weird. I mean, this is the best fucking thing you can get out there, dude. Open Broadcaster. And the best thing about it is it's absolutely free, man. You don't even have to pay for it. Go on the website, download. It's absolutely safe to download. If you do get a virus from it, then it's obviously from some asshole just putting viruses on the website. But like, it's absolutely safe to download. It's the greatest fucking thing you can get. It's perfect. I highly recommend it. You don't need to go ahead and get Fraps or Bandicam. Go ahead and get fucking Open Broadcaster, dude, and set your recording to file only, and set it to whatever your computer can make the buffer rate look good for. Mine in particular is at 10,000 because I have a high-end PC. I have a humongous processor core. Like I said, I got a 6700K, so I can set my thing to really high numbers. But yeah, just set it to fucking record to file and just record videos, man. Like, this is the best shit you can get to. OBS is the best. You cannot go wrong with OBS. You do not need XSplit Broadcaster. You do not need to pay money for recording software. You do not need to go on Steam and download Action Cam or something like that. Get Open Broadcaster, dude. It is the fucking greatest thing you can ever get. It is so good. It is so fucking good. It is amazing. It's so amazing. And you need to get it, dude. It's so easy to use, too, once you get the hang. I mean, it looks really hard. Like, it was so different compared to XSplit, because XSplit basically just fucking held your hand the whole time, pretty much, because XSplit's fucking stupid like that. But OBS, it takes a while to get used to it for a little bit. You just gotta pick around with it. That's all you gotta do with Open Broadcast. You gotta pick around with it, and then you get the hang of it, no problem. But yeah, it's pretty much about it for that question. I use OBS. That's it. If you're wondering what I used to use to record gameplay on my Xbox, I actually used to just stream it live to YouTube, and it would stream it off the Xbox. I don't do that anymore now because I don't know if it works with Open Broadcaster. I don't know if Xbox Smart Glass is compatible with Open Broadcaster, and also, if I stream it with Open Broadcaster, it's still going to be choppy and weird, because mostly streaming is dependent on, if you want the stream to look good, then you got to have good internet, because if your bandwidth's not working because your internet's just all over the place, then your stream's going to look like shit anyways. So I don't stream anymore. But yeah, that's if you're wondering how I got stuff from my Xbox and stuff. I got fucking stuff from my fucking keyboard. I got to clean that off. I don't use capture card. I'm thinking about getting one of those. It'd be a lot better, because then I can actually capture games in like 1080p and 60 frames per second. So yeah, but right now I don't have anything for recording with the Xbox. That's enough for that question. So you might be asking, what's my favorite computer game? Well, that's pretty fucking obvious, dude. My favorite computer game is Subnautica. I have about 241 hours put into that game on record right now. It's an amazing game. even though it's made using a horrendously bad GPU, NVIDIA GTX 550 Ti is a fucking miserable graphics card, and I don't know why. I don't know how it scores 950 on the fucking graphics 3D benchmark, but apparently it does. But okay, but yeah, I play Subnautica. That's my favorite game. It's a great game. You should get it. But like I said, if you're gonna get it, and if you don't, if God forbid you don't have a GTX 550 Ti in your computer, then you gotta put it on low graphics and like fucking play like it's fucking like it's a fucking shitty Xbox indie game. Pretty much is what it looks like on low graphics. I don't know why. The fucking 550 Ti scores 950 on the GPU 3D benchmark. My GPU is over 6,000. That's how powerful mine is. My score is like 6,050 on the GPU benchmarks. My NVIDIA GTX 960 is the equivalent to an NVIDIA GTX 770. That's what it is. That is what the GTX 960 is the equivalent to. A GTX 770. It's fucked. I know it's fucked. The GTX 970 is the equivalent to a GTX 980 Ti, which is fucking insane. And a GTX 980 Ti is the exact same as, just about the exact same as a GTX, as an NVIDIA GTX Titan Z, which is an amazingly awesome graphics card. And the Titan X is the fastest one. The Titan X is just a tad bit above the Titan Z. It barely makes it past the Titan Z's performance, which is insane. But yeah, dude, that's pretty much what I live for that. My favorite game is Subnautica. The only thing I don't like about it is that it was made using a 550 Ti, and that's just a miserable GPU. But then again, the developers actually know how to use. This is what I fucking hate about indie game developers. They go out and they just fucking buy the most. They go out and they make a game, and they're like, "You need this to run the game." And it's like, I've seen so many indie games like this. Like they say, you need a fucking NVIDIA GTX 760, and you're looking at the gameplay footage, and it's like, dude, that is not a GTX 760. That is not graphics that are that a GTX 760 can shit out, dude. Like seriously, that is a miserable looking game. How could you possibly need a GTX 760 to run this game? I could fucking run it on a goddamn laptop with a HD 3000s graphics card. And I'm like, really, dude. I'm talking about the game Ultimate Rock Climber. If you don't know that game, it's a fucking terrible game on Steam, and it looks like absolute garbage. And they said you need an NVIDIA GTX 760 to run it. My ass. That's what I hate about indie developers. We just fucking they like put a fucking big card there made by NVIDIA. They're trying to hope that they get recognition by NVIDIA, but NVIDIA is not really good at fucking talk to you unless you're like a AAA game, really, or if you're really. Or if you're good at what you do, NVIDIA is not really going to get into contact with you unless you're a AAA game, because they're going to want to work with the AAA game manufacturers more, because the AAA game manufacturers are going to pay them big money for making technology to make their console games compatible with PC. NVIDIA is quite picky too, by the way, with who do you want to work with. And I know I heard a thing where Sony went in and tried to get a NVIDIA to make a chip for the PS4, and NVIDIA wanted this certain amount of money from Sony, and Sony said no, so they were like, fuck you, we're not going to make this chip for you. And then he went to AMD, and that's why the consoles are, dare I say it, miserable. I'm going to get hated a lot for that, but it's a fact that consoles don't have as nice of an image as a PC does. It's because NVIDIA is the shit. Now AMD is cool. I don't have beef against AMD. AMD is a really good, great card company. They make nice cards, but in my opinion, they just don't perform like that NVIDIA. They don't just perform like the NVIDIA does. They don't have that feel, that crisp smoothness that NVIDIA does. You know, they got great cards, and they're a lot cheaper than NVIDIA's too. You can go and buy a Radeon R9 290X for about fucking $200 American, probably, which is about $400 Canadian, which is about the same price as a GTX 960, which is amazing, and I like that. I don't know where that just went. I just started talking about GPUs. It's going on for 44 minutes now. I'm going to end this soon, so I'm going to drop one more question. So you guys probably wondering where I'm living to. Well, that's a great question. I'd rather keep it secret, but I suppose I can tell you. I'm living on an island out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That goes by the name of Newfoundland. It's a little island. It's like a rock just sitting out here in the middle of the fucking ocean, and the weather pattern here is absolutely fucked, and that's pretty much all I can say. And it's part of Canada, so yeah, I'm Canadian, and I live in Newfoundland. There you go, it's better. You probably never heard of Newfoundland. I won't blame you if you didn't hear of Newfoundland, because we're just an island out in the middle of the ocean. You probably fly over it all the time in an airplane if you're going somewhere, so yeah, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't hear about us. But yeah, dude, that's where I am. I'm some crazy bastard that lives on an island out in the middle of the ocean. But yeah, it's pretty much what it, dude. Like, that's all I can really say. So that was my horrendously bad 45 minute long, 46 minute long Q&A video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't get a question answered that you thought should have been answered, then let me know in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter for video updates and stuff. What else was I going to say? Subscribe. And like always, I'll see you brothers and sisters in the next video. Peace.